Okay, Monday, 6th of May 2024. So, why I'm preparing to leave the UK. So, recently I had an interesting discussion about this topic in general, and obviously, the YouTube algorithm heard me and started giving me some videos about this. And then, watched a few here and there. Yeah, okay, out of curiosity. And I thought, I have to do a video about this in general, share my thoughts. So, now, a lot of people will say that the UK is generally bad. Okay, call me naive, but I've heard. Now, I understand cost of living crisis. Interesting, some would call it, there was another phrase for this, a bit more of an evolutionary concept. Never mind about that, that's something else. Well, a bit too controversial right now. So, cost of living, or weather, politics, things like that. Cost of living, yeah, unfortunate, but it's strong currency, very strong international currency with good exchange. So that's the consequence of it, you could say, and that's politics as well. Climate, I think that's just a consequence of geography and geology. That's like saying in the North Pole, oh, it's really cold here, a lot of snow. It's like, well, yeah, if you're going to pick somewhere north, it's going to be cold. If you pick somewhere high, it's going to have be windy. The mountain, it's very windy here, isn't it? So that's just coincidence. And by the way, the UK has got a bad reputation with weather, which is unfounded. Poland and Netherlands and Western Ireland has worse weather than the UK. Okay, so it's not really a problem of weather. Currency and cost of living, yeah, okay, yeah. Politics, yes and no and yes. Okay. Now, you could say, or people would say Brexit or whatever. Oh, isn't that a problem to leave? Isn't that a reason? Well, that is a conversation I want for another video, another vlog, but I've no idea when in the future. But okay, Brexit is one thing. I will just say, in autumn 2017 or spring 2018, I was at Stafford on one Saturday morning, in a suit, mind you, and this news crew came up to me and they said, they're interviewing people on the street about Brexit. And I said to them, I'd love to get a copy of this video, but I've no idea what it would be. A social media channel or news people, I couldn't tell you who they were. They wanted my opinion. And I said that there's opportunity everywhere, no matter what the situation is, no matter what the scenario is. There's money to be made, there's businesses to be built, no matter what the scenario is. So in one way, we want to be very apolitical. No matter which wing is in charge, this wing or that wing, this direction, that direction, there are always ways to build business and make money. And as a first principle as well, go where you're treated best. Now, I wish I'd come up with that phrase, but that's from Andrew Henderson from The Nomad Capitalist. Go where you're treated best. And that's the idea, the fundamental underpinning of why I'm preparing to leave the UK. Not because it's so bad. I've heard it's bad. Call me naive, but I've not had it particularly bad. Yeah, it's a little expensive here and there. Yeah, it could be this, it could be that. Yeah, inconvenient here, inconvenient there. Slow here, slow there. Yeah, but also as a first principle, every country is imperfect. You see, you've got to understand that. It's not a question of. You've got to be careful of the grass is always greener on the other side. Are you relocating because it's just bad here and over there is good, objectively speaking, or are you just saying that, I don't like this, I'm dissatisfied and I want something better? Because everyone's going to think the grass is always greener on the other side. People in Spain are going to think UK is better. People in England are going to say Spain's better, and vice versa. And any combination of anywhere, grass is always greener on the other side, within reason. I can think of a few examples, like Pyongyang, where it's not the same. It's blatantly better. Now, the principle here is go where you're treated best. Now, it's not that I'm running away, how bad it is in the UK, but upgrading. Time for something better. Get more passports, be more international. This strong currency that I talked about in episode 23rd of April on this vlog, earning in strong currency, spending in a weaker currency. Why, if I'm earning in pounds, or saving in pounds, earning in dollars, but saving in pounds, and spending in a weaker currency, or in an economy that's got a lower cost of living, because it's not developed, for example, or generally poorer, that's a good trade for me. If I'm going somewhere and I'm more unique and my business is more impactful and people want my services, then that's good for me. It's good for business. Doesn't matter per se, within reason, what's happening over here or whatever there. It's just upgrading. When I flew from Spain, and that was landing in Birmingham in August 2000. or July 2018, I was landing back into the UK, into Birmingham International Airport, and we were above the clouds, and it was nice and sunny. I thought, oh, this is very nice, this is nice. And then we dropped through the clouds, and it was like a grey filter on Instagram or TikTok or whatever, grey filter put on top, and it was just, everything was grey, and I couldn't believe it. It was at that moment I realised that if your ambition is too big, you're in the wrong place. If your ambition is too big, you're in the wrong place. If your ambition is too big, you're in the wrong place. And that was the start. That was the proto seed, if you will. Not the seed, but it was the proto seed. It was the inflection point, if you could so to speak. It was the inflection point where it's like, yeah, time to move. Now, of course, it takes time. I got paperwork and contracts and whatever else to sort out. It's not just overnight. It's going to take time, and there's more logistics involved here and there, this and that and that. Fair enough. But the ambition is there, and that was then. Things have changed and slowly developed since then, and bit by bit. Again, contracts, whatever else, not overnight. That's why the video is planning. Fair enough. Now, if your ambition is too big, you're in the wrong place. Okay. So then I realised, okay, well, I want something bigger and better, and I want to feel connected and build a business that is much more international and has clients that are just chasing me. But here, like as in this location, this part of the UK, this particular area of the UK, are not where my clients are. So I want to go where my clients are. Good for business, makes sense. Also, when I went to Mexico for the first time in February 2020, I came back to the UK and I noticed people had a certain behind their eyes. They lacked a certain spark of life behind their eyes. So I saw it differently. I saw people differently in Mexico. When I came to the UK, there was a certain lack of spark of life behind people's eyes. I've struggled to see it since, but I know it's there. And I'm not sure what that means exactly. Maybe beat down by culture, society, cost of living, you name it. The list is potentially endless, but it's like, yeah, culture, people, nice attitude. When I was in Ireland, stronger culture and friendlier people. Okay. And Poland's an interesting case as well, but that's another conversation. But it's like there's other places out there where if you want culture or friendlier neighbours or friendlier people, there's options, or people have a spark of life behind them. I can't explain it. They just had something behind their eyes. So they were lacking here that they had over there in Mexico. Can't explain it. So planning overall to relocate to somewhere to upgrade in life, because I'm confident as a first principle that no matter where I am in the world, and this is important in life, that I would have a comfortable, well-off existence. Just basically need internet, be close to transport, food, whatever else, usual trappings of life. But I'm confident that no matter where I am, within reason, I'll have a damn good life. So in some way, it's immaterial where I am, in some indirect way. Of course, being strategical, there's a few places I've got in mind, at least two on the short list, but bit by bit. That's another conversation. So the idea would be to earn in stronger currency, saving in even stronger currency. That's a whole other conversation, Bitcoin basically, and then spending in a weaker currency, getting that conversion rate, that exchange rate. That's powerful, because as I said before in a video on 23rd of April, we have a strong currency here. It's very liquid, it's very international, and generally speaking, it's got a good conversion rate. However, having said that, I saw an interesting video recently by Dominic Frisby, and he coined an interesting phrase, Frisbee's fluctuations, where every 8 years or so, the pound takes a plunge against the US dollar, technicalities, whatever else, market, interesting stuff. Can you act on it? Depends on the person, but interesting little curiosity. Frisbee's fluctuations. Okay, now, then I say, be international, because my five goal in life is live wealthy and well internationally. Live wealthy and well internationally. Live wealthy and well internationally. Okay? So that means then I'm going to go where I'm treated best. As I want to be international, I'm going to go where I'm treated best in life. Lower taxes, better weather, nice exchange rate, higher quality of living, as in my money can go further. I can buy more things with £1 or $1. That's nice. It's a fair deal. Understand this also. Don't hate the player, hate the game. Don't hate the player, hate the game. Don't hate the person who wants to leave and go somewhere else. hate the system itself, hate the institutions, the structure, the society, the rules that are in place, because those are only going to drive and affect people's incentives, their motivation. They would go over here because it's a better deal. Fair enough. And also, speaking of better deal, what I've also noticed in life is that rich people tend to go to poor countries and poor people tend to go to rich countries. This goes back to what I said earlier about be careful not falling for the grass always greener on the other side. Because both of those people are going to the opposite country and both of them are getting a better deal. The poor people would go to the rich country for the money, for the wages and welfare and benefits. And the rich people go to the poor country for the exchange rate, the quality of living, and also, in theory, lower taxes. Both of them, and this is the key thing, are getting a better deal. Fair enough. So then it's worth asking yourself, are you getting a better deal? Are you getting a good deal? And I mean that sincerely. And it's worth asking yourself. Fair enough. It's only a fair, reasonable question. Okay. So then, planning and preparing. Not to run away from the UK like scared and but to upgrade, do something, go somewhere better, nicer, friendlier, richer, poorer, nicer, hotter, you name it, whatever else. And as I said, I got 2 places on my shortlist. I need to spend some time there before deciding fully. But in the meantime, just building and sorting out contracts. I need to wait for a certain clause to expire and then I'm a little more free. But that's life, logistics, technicalities, whatever else. That's why it's planning. Okay, now, politics, there's ways around that. Taxes, there's ways around that as well. Citizenship, yeah, get as many as you want. Be international, different passports, different countries, more options and choices. Learn more languages. Yeah, I'm approaching the 6th anniversary of me learning Spanish on Duolingo. And I speak and write Spanish all the time to different people and clients and whatever else. So always getting better with that skill. So it's powerful. So it's also a question of, I'm looking at my life objectively, all these different aspects and talents and abilities and things I've developed and built. And I'm thinking, how can I combine them all together? What's the overlap between all of them? What do they all have in common? And then looking at that and thinking, right, where could I go that would serve better and be served best? In a sense of where my clients will be in the world to do events and other special occasions with them. So big parties and all sorts of occasions, perfect. High ticket events. But also because it's international, where could I be in terms of exchange rate, taxes, whatever else? And this question here is very universal. You've got a business. Where would you be treated best? Again, as the words of Andrew Henderson, go where you're treated best. Again, it's not me a case of running away thinking, oh, how bad it is. Oh, it's more a case of time to upgrade, time for something bigger and better. Next chapter in life. It's only fair. Again, don't hate the player, hate the game. If the incentives are not good here, or the taxes are not good here, wherever here may be, people are going to leave. And this is throughout history. This is timeless. Timeless. Exodus. What do you think Exodus means? It means mass migration of people. Okay, when did that happen? 3,000 odd years ago? There we are. People have been going with the treated best throughout time. It's only fair. So that's why I'm planning bit by bit. Bit by bit. Everything I'm doing bit by bit. Again, live wealthy and well internationally. Everything I do is towards that. Live wealthy and well internationally. How cool is that? But otherwise, yeah. Maybe we'll check something. Yeah, very good, yeah. Otherwise, you will see me tomorrow.